Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. It's another top 10 for you. This is my top 10 favorite films of the 2010s. This is going to be a significantly shorter list. Not that it took me, or not that it was easier than the 90s. It was quite hard. I think it was slightly easier than the 90s. It's a lot of mediocrity, but the reason why it was taking so long and I was so terrified of making these lists is because I'm like writing down every movie that I like. So I have like a giant list of honorable mentions, and I'm like, I didn't do this with any of the other lists. Let me just do this top 10. So let's just talk about the top 10, shall we? Barely making number 10 is 50-50. I believe we spoke about this film before. Spoketh. Joseph Gordon-Levitt, best friend Seth Rogen, JGL gets cancer. Very beautiful. Just it's a beautiful film about life. I don't know. I love 50-50. Number nine's a sleeper one. It's Never Let Me Go. I watched this when I was when I worked at Walmart, and I remember it just hitting me intensely. I don't even know why I watched it at work. Again, you have an hour lunch, two 15-minute breaks. So in that amount of time, I was able to finish this film somehow, because this is a pretty long film. No, I think it took me like 2 days, or I finished it when I got home. I distinctly remember. Oh, I think I woke up in the morning, started it before I left, and then finished it at work. That makes sense. Um, Very fantastic film. Andrew Garfield and other people. Go watch it. It's got some like dystopian vibes to it. This is a weird one because I really grew up in the 2010s with, what, 2010? I was, shit, 16? No, 18. 2010 is when I turned 18, right? I'm not mathing right at all. Yeah, because 1990. Yeah. Okay. So I turned 18 in 2010, which still no. Wait a minute. Stop. Wait a minute. No, it's true. I'm struggling. I'm having an existential crisis right now because time. I grew up during the 2010s is my whole point. 2010, I was in high school. 2011, I was still in high school. 2012, I was still in high school. Fucking around and finding out the hard way. 2013, I was doing nothing with my life. 2014, got a job finally. Um, 2014, I was no 2013. At the end of the year, I got a job. 2014, got with my wife, the woman who would become my wife. 2015, we had a kid, our first kid, my baby girl, and then just like the domino effect, and it's just like 2016, the years stop coming, they start coming, they don't stop coming. I'm just fucking rambling right now. It's weird because 50-50, it was 2012, 13 when I saw that. Never Let Me Go was like 2016, 17. Scott Pilgrim versus the World I saw when it came out, and I think that is a 2010 movie, if not 2011. I was in high school, and I fell deeply, madly, irreversibly in love with that universe of characters. I love Scott Pilgrim versus the World. Um, Scott's a humongous piece of shit, but like the rest of the characters, like it's awesome. I don't know, like I love how stylistic it is. Um, the graphic novels are probably better, and the game is probably better if you want to make that argument. I don't know. Moving on. Toy Story 3. I'm just talking way too much. 10, 9, 8, 7. Toy Story 3. Toy Story 3 had to come on this list. It's the perfect ending to the Toy Story franchise. I cannot believe they are still making these fucking movies. Oh my god, please stop making these movies. Toy Story 4 is not bad. Going on a tangent right now. Toy Story 4 is not bad. Toy Story 5 needs to be the ending. If Toy Story 5 looks like it's not going to be the ending, whatever, just get this shit over with. If they're going to get to Toy Story 6, if we're doing 2 trilogies, if we're doing Toy Story 6, you gotta... They have to film Toy Story 5 and 6 back to back, so they need to do. They need to do that and get it out of the way while we still got Tom Hanks and Tim Allen. And Toy Story 6, there was a proposed ending where Bonnie is now an adult. Or not an adult, but she's going off to college. And she's having a garage sale for all of her toys and everything else. She doesn't want them anymore. She never had the connection to Andy's toys like Andy did. She played with them. She had fun with them. But we don't see her getting so connected and invested. They're similar, but it's not like when she's moving off to college or whatever. She'll be into something else. Maybe she'll be in electronics. Maybe she's like on her phone and she really doesn't care. And who shows up to the garage sale but Andy and his kids? And then they go back to Andy. I think that would be beautiful. Passed down from the family generations to generations. That's what it should be. That would make everything right in the universe, I feel. Number 6, John Wick. Oh, John Wick came out in the 2010s. So much happened. So much happened in the 2010s. And John Wick certainly happened. What an incredible film. You know, honorable mentions goes to the sequels. I love the sequels too. But that first movie is so damn just... the action, the story, the simplistic story. Number 5 is Shutter Island. This is a funny story about this one. I don't think we reviewed this, and I'll probably repeat this story when I review it, if I haven't already. We would see a trailer to this dumbass film throughout the year that it came out and leading up to it. So it seemed like every film that we saw had this trailer for Shutter Island, which made us, me, my best friend, and my brother, it made us not want to see the movie. Like, what? No. I'm not going to watch this dumbass movie. And then the movie came out, and then my friend saw it, and he said, and I quote, "It's not good until you get to the ending. Then it's amazing." And I don't think that's how movies work. It is not the destination, it's the journey. So if it has a shitty ending, the shitty ending doesn't ruin the whole experience, but it does make you question, like, why did I go on this amazing journey just to get to this cliff that I just fell off of? But also, if it's a shitty journey and the destination is amazing, was it worthwhile to go through that shitty rocky journey to get here? I guess that's technically better, but like, it's also the majority of the film is whatever. Anyway, my point is, he's a fucking dumbass, because the whole film is amazing. It's really good. If you're bored easily, if you lack an attention span, yeah, it can be kind of boring, I guess, but I was very invested into the story. Number 4 is How to Train Your Dragon 2. I actually have How to Train Your Dragon right here, but 2 is way better. Surprised that we have an animated film on here that's not Disney. I'm surprised we don't have any Disney movies on here, actually. Wow. Yeah, at one point there was Coco and there was Frozen as an honorable mention. Moana, Zootopia. They just kept getting replaced um, by other animated films. Spoiler alert for the last part of this list. Spoiler alert that there's going to be another animated film. How to Train Your Dragon 2 made me cry in the theater with my mom. I may have already told this story, but it's when I think what's her name, Vala. What is her name? Hiccup's mom, Stoic, and her Valka. They reunite, and I know what you're gonna say, Stoic. Like that whole thing, like how could I leave? How could I abandon you? And he's just like, and puts his helmet down or whatever, and he's just like walking up to her slowly, and he's not saying anything to her as she keeps rambling on and trying to like come up with an excuse as to why she's been gone and or explain herself. Not really excuse it, but explain it. And they get like this close, face to face, and she's like, "Can you stop being so stoic? Stoic, like shout, scream, say something." He's like, "I'm about to get all emotional." He's like, "You're as beautiful as the day I lost you," and it's like, oh my god! I was like, who wrote this fucking scene? Because the build up and the payoff, and I openly tear, just. And I was like, please, God, Mom, don't look at me. Don't look at me right now. Like, because she'll be like, oh, like she'll, you know how moms can be, women. Um, like, I'm already emasculated enough crying in a fucking cartoon. How to Train Your Dragon 2 is the best in the series. I will not argue. The first one's really good too. The third one, I think it's fine, but there's something weird about third entries that are also the finales. It's like, I don't know. Number three is a social network. I have told this story before, I believe, because I think I did review the social network already. But we went to go see the social network. We went to go see Jackass 3D in theaters. My brother is 15. I am 17. My best friend is 17. His girlfriend is 17. We can all go in because we have IDs that state we are 17. So we can see R-rated films. My brother can't see it. We have an idea. Easy, super duper simple idea. They're going to go in because they're both 17. They're going to buy tickets to Jackass. I'm going to go in there and I'm going to buy a ticket to Social Network or whatever's playing, really, but it just happened to be Social Network. I'm going to buy a ticket to Social Network with my brother. And we'll just sneak into Jackass 3D. We go up there and because like you can easily sneak into these theaters. They had someone right outside the theater to like check IDs and grab tickets and shit. Because I think it was also opening day. Like if we had just waited a little bit, if it wasn't fucking opening day, we would have had a better shot. But we go in there. They stop us, so we go to the Social Network. It's like smack dab in the middle of the film. We're watching this. I had already heard from a friend at school that I also had a huge crush on that movie sucks. Movie's terrible. Movie's ass. It's about the creation of Facebook. What do you think? Me and my brother are sitting there, pissed. I'm fucking furious. I'm like, I have to watch this terrible movie. And then we're kind of like laughing at it, poking fun at it, and then we're just like super invested. It's a damn good movie. The acting is just next level. I love The Social Network. Number two is Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. I was like, oh yeah, that did come out in the 2010s, didn't it? Wow. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Because it's not on my top 10 anymore because it got replaced by Beyond the Spider-Verse. But if we're going off my top 10, Into the Spider-Verse, it's the best Spider-Man movie of all time. as a huge, huge Spider-Man fan, it's my favorite superhero. Into the Spider-Verse is the best Spider-Man film, hands down. Honorable mention goes to the Amazing Spider-Man films that came out in the 2010s as well. I think Civil War also came out. And maybe Homecoming. Yeah, Homecoming and Far From Home. So shout out to all those Spider-Man projects. All great in their own way. I love Spider-Man. I'm very apologetic for Spider-Man. So very defensive of a lot of the projects. I would never outright say one was bad. But if I had to, gun to head, Amazing Spider-Man 2 and 1 have shitty writing. Um, but there are a lot of parts that I loved about them as well. Anyway, moving on. Number 1 is Inception. This movie blew a lot of people's minds, mine included, and I love it. I love it. What else can I say about it? Go check out my review on Inception. I'm pretty sure I've reviewed it already. Yeah, that's 2010s. We're done. We are done. Unless you want me to go back and look at the 2000s again, because that one was kind of like a half-assed thing. I picked my favorite film from each year and then made a top 10 of that. If you wanted me to really go through all of the 2000s and do it that way, I could do that, but I don't know. Anyway, you guys have a good one. What was your favorite movie in the 2010s? Am I a dumbass? What did I miss? I don't know. You guys have a good one. Take care.